Welcome back to Final Fantasy X-2. If you really want to know what sucks, is I recorded this episode yesterday and the audio on my side was not good. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. So we're going to do this again. So if I sound a little annoyed, it's because I am. Okay, so I'm going to switch out my party because we're going to be heading over to Shinra. And we're going to do some creature history because we finally got this guy up to the level in order to release him. And start it again. This fiend sheds its life like others shed their skin. Through constant death and rebirth, it evolves. It's the third form. It's quite powerful. Okay, so we have a new critter and go ahead and push done. I'm gonna re-equip him with pretty much the same stuff as the last one. But we're gonna move on for today. So that's all we wanted to do there. Let's head down to the final location, Kilika. Well, the final current location, Kilika. Now what I want to do, get across the way. There we go. Okay, I have to do this again. Come on. There we go. We're gonna get all the chests in this area. And additionally, so let's just talk to some folks. You have been spreading rumors about fiends to try and catch us off guard. That's when they'll attack. Fiends coming from the temple? Likely story. This is just another Yevon trick. Okay, so don't forget that we are part of the Youth League. We are not part of Yevon's stuff right now, which basically means we're going to be going into enemy territory because we are, as the Youth League, they don't really like us. I'm going to head up here, I think. Oh, wait, no, not up here. My bad. We're going to head this way, up this one first. And there's a bunch of chests we want to pick up as we move along. Can you get out of my way, lady? We also need to do all the PR stuff, but I'm going to wait until next time to do that. I don't think there's anything like up. We can do it afterwards. It's fine. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so last time, a few episodes ago, you may remember that we collected 13 monkeys for this lady. Let me know if you find any other squatter monkeys in the woods, okay? We did this. How many squatter monkeys have you brought me? Let's see, 13, I think. Oh, so many monkeys. I don't know what to say. Here's a little thank you. Yeah, and we get the Chaos Maelstrom garment grid from her. We could have done that much earlier. I just didn't. I don't think there's anything else up here. So I think we are good. I think we're good to head back down and around. I love the epic music here. It's just like, yeah. It's fine, probably. I'm not taking the ship. I'm just going to walk up this direction. What do you have to say? I don't care how many people come running out of the temple. We're not letting them in the town. Oh, okay. You're going to help out New Yevon? Fine, suit yourself. Yeah, basically, they're a little rattled that we're going to be going to help them. But I think, like, to be fair, they might be bad guys, but they're still people, and those fiends will eventually run us out of town, so I think it's probably for the best that we deal with this. Okay, I'm gonna head up here because there's a chest. I don't think anybody has really anything interesting to say, so that's why I'm not gonna be hitting. What do you have to say? I'm making preparations to fight the fiends. Probably for the best, buddy. However, okay, got a star curtain. I think there's this chest. I don't think there's any other chests, if I remember correctly. If you try and go forward, yeah, entry to the woods is currently prohibited, so we can't actually go inside. So we're gonna have to find another way in. I'm just looking to make sure that I don't have any other chests in this area. Oh, there's one. There's one over here. Surprise. Okay, but what we can do is coming here.
My. What brings you here?
We heard fiends were coming from the temple.
And you just had to come running.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I'm not even so sure there are any fiends.
You haven't checked?
I'm in the Youth League. Do you think they'd let me in the temple?
So now what? We giving up?
Let's take a look first.
You'll never get near the temple. The Youth League's blockaded the forest entrance. As they should. We can't have those temple vermin crawling into town now, can we? Besides, it spares me from having to see that sulky face.
Sulky face? Bartello?
Of course, he's with New Yevon, so naturally he's in the temple. But then it's really none of my business.
Then we'll make it ours. Besides, I'm worried about the fiends.
If you want to go that badly, I won't stop you. But they're turning people away at the gate. I've got it. I'll distract one of the guards. That's your chance to run through.
I knew she was worried about him.
Okay, so what we want to do first of all is actually head upstairs. But yeah, she's going to help us break in. Now, however, before we do any of that, let's actually head back to the save point. And I want to save at this point. If you head outside here, it's going to be like, hey, she's talking.
I think it's working.
Yeah.
That leaves one. Let's wait for our chance and take it.
Okay, but we're not ready to rush the gate quite yet. So just come back here. You want to save at this point. There's going to be a little bit of a mini game that we're going to have to do. And if you get it wrong, if you fail, you miss out on a particular accessory. It's not an accessory that I really care all that much about, to be honest. But it is an accessory that you can't really get. So let's save. Okay, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and head on in. It's such a long walk. I wish there was a save point closer to this mini game. And yeah, if you're seeing this, I got it right. Okay, we're ready. Let's go ahead and practice first though, because it's gonna tell us how to do. It's gonna basically, I'm gonna just pass this, but we're gonna practice. So time your run for the gate carefully. Try as many times as you like. So basically what's happening is we can toggle the view here. And there's a couple things. There's gonna be people coming up to the guy on the left, and he's gonna be like, no. And this guy here will occasionally check the gate. So what we actually wanna do is wait for a youth league member to come up. He's gonna be like, open the gate. And the guy on the right is gonna head over to that. And you can use practice run, which will basically tell you who to look for. Okay? It'll give you either, like right now, you hear that nee noise? Yeah, it's telling us don't do it now. Oh my goodness. But if a youth league member comes up, that would be really great for you to do that game. And you can check this guy, check here. So when this guy gets to about here, no, that guard is actually doing a thing, unfortunately. Yeah, you can make it through. So we're just done practicing. Let's get started. If you don't see this, well, I didn't do it right. Okay. Nope, not that guy. That guy's looking. Just kind of sitting here waiting for the Youth League to show up. I think it's 2 civilians and then a Youth League member. Okay, that guy turned back. Okay, so there's that, and run. I think I just heard a ding ding. Yes, that chest appeared. So if you do it right, you get this, which is the Bushido lore, which allows you, if I remember correctly, to use Bushido skills. Let's see here. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, so you have to have samurai skills, but we did it, so hooray. Oh, but yeah, as we move on, you get this regardless. So don't really worry about it.
There's a hidden path through the woods. Walk the treetops.
Thanks, Donna. Okay. Yeah, the new Yevon people are trapped on the other side. So let's go check that out, shall we? So if you try and go, well, literally anywhere here. Okay, so that one is blocked off. If we head this way, there is nothing to the right. I'm not even gonna bother going over that direction. You try and come through here. And then if you try and come this direction, we get into combat. Oh, I meant to switch Yukari. Why is it so bright? What was that? I don't know what that was about. I'll probably switch Riku back to Psychic. I am in the wrong game, apparently. Okay, so now that we've done all of that, if you head back this direction, you get stuck on that little area.
Donna said there was a hidden path.
Walk the treetops.
Okay, and just go ahead and follow them. I think you can get into combat here, but it's such a short area. The pathing on that was terrible. Did you see those two? Those are normally red. I know it's been a long time since we've been here, but yeah, those are normally red. All right, let's head on up. The fiends keep pouring out one after the other. The kid's just crying, so let's move on. Now, since we sided with the Youth League, yes, we will be facing off against these guys. Now, one of the more interesting things to note here is that these guys are the undead version. Yeah, from Xanarkand. Do you guys remember that? I don't really know what else to say about this. It's just kind of strange to me. A nice amount of damage, by the way. Yeah, those guys are definitely undead, like they're green. Why that's the case, I'm not entirely certain. Maybe a mistake on this, like, picking random. They saw that they were Yevon fighters and were like, oh, these will work. And didn't actually go back to check. That wasn't good. Okay, so we need to go stop the fiends here. I guess they're haunts. This guy's selling stuff, by the way. Lucky I am not. I come all the way here to sell a few trinkets, and this is what happens. So yeah, you can buy, I think this guy's really just has supplies, but there's nothing here that I really want. I'm well aware of the danger, but I wanted to install a comm sphere. Dude, what's Buddy doing down here? Don't you worry, I'll negotiate us a juicy fee. This is no time for us to be arguing over who's on whose side. But about the fee, do you suppose you could lower it just a little? What's the Youth League doing here? It's us. Protecting the temple is our job. I sent my family to town. Hopefully they'll be looked after there. But we have to stop the fiends here if we're going to save the town. Okay, I think we're pretty good to go here. So let's just go. Oh, look, Machina. Weapons of war here in the hallowed halls of our temple. It is a dark day indeed. These sentries are on loan from New Yevon headquarters. I would like to think that they are enough. I can't believe we had to resort to using weapons within the temple. Okay, but there is a save point right here. It's hard to see. I'm gonna do that real quick. We shouldn't really need to save, like the upcoming area isn't that difficult, but I want to make sure that we are good to go just in case. I don't have to redo all of that. Blue flames blocked our path. There was nothing we could do. All of my men lost. Every attempt we make to break through only ends in more casualties. All right, that's all we can do to hold our position here. We're gonna be fine, but yeah, we're gonna head on in. Now there's gonna be a whole bunch of set battles against these guys, and there's nothing we can do. We just have to go on in. The good news is these guys are pretty, like, they always do kind of the same things. Usually they hit haste first, which is fine, because it basically wastes their turn so they actually don't get any damage in. Because we should be able to take them out in this next batch of attacks. Yeah, see? Not a problem. That's basically how all of these are gonna go.
Bartello?
I'll be okay.
The fiends?
We're holding them off, somehow. They're coming from inside. One after another. Oh! If the fiends reach the town, they'll reach Donna!
They won't.
Thanks.
Donna wants to see you. Well, she didn't come right out and say it, but you can kind of tell.
I want to see her too. Even if we believe different things, I'll always feel the same about her. The time of the summoners may have passed, but I will always be Donna's guardian. I live only to protect her.
And you can say that with a straight face?
Donna!
Okay, so actually let's talk to him real quick here. When you defeated that fiend a minute ago, the blue flame went out. Yeah, they must be controlling the flames that are blocking the passageway. So there was a little flame right here, and when we defeated it, the flame went out. So when we approach a blue flame, we get attacked by these guys. The good news is, as I said before, these are all pretty much the same battles. So we're really just gonna go straight in with attacks, and I'm not really gonna do much else. Wow, that was anticlimactic. I had a battle. Criminy. I think this is the first time that one of these cloisters has actually had like something to do in it. You have to do this particular room in this order. You have to start with this one on the right, go to the one on the left, and then go to the one in the center. But it's all the same battle, so... You should use haste if he gets to that point. Yep. But barely got to that point. 2 Phoenix Downs. Okay, let's head across the way. Usually when enemies like kind of crumple like that means you got a crit. Or died. I mean, but usually it's a crit. We're gonna see that a lot. We have been seeing that a lot, actually. Alright, so last one here. If you, before you come into this temple, if you really want to make sure that you've got some good support on your side, hit up Bicanal and buy some Null Blaze rings. That basically makes the final battle in this area pretty easy. So in this battle, we've got 2 of these guys. Yeah, makes this battle not even remotely more complicated. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna have Pain use Darkness, but I'm just gonna target one particular enemy until it goes down. And then we're just gonna turn on the other one, and yeah, we got hit by 1 attack. But at this point, we should be good to just blind. That's rude. Oh, card. It doesn't even matter. Okay, so no trouble there. Now, if you're looking really carefully at this particular scene, you might notice there is a sphere on the ground. So let's make sure that when we run down, we get into combat. What are we fighting? Oh, haunts. These guys actually don't have that much hit points, so I'm not really worried about them. But they can doom us. I think Doom has 3 turns. It's not a continuous status ailment, so it goes away after battle. And also we were fighting against it, so it didn't matter. Nice. But yeah, there's a sphere right here, so make sure you grab that. That is the samurai dress sphere. That's what we were waiting for in order to actually learn all the samurai skills. So yeah, now we have that. We can learn Bushido skills. Let's take a quick look at that. Where's the samurai skill? So attack, spare change, magicide, which inflicts MP damage, mirror of equity, sparkler, and is it peril? Peril? Non-peril? Anyway, raises the user's strength and accuracy. Kind of nice. I think Berserker also has some good stuff. We haven't actually played with this one. But yeah, damage 1 enemy and nullify, shell, protect, and reflect. Really nice. It's got cripple, berserk, of course. So that one I gave to Pain. I think I might also give her samurai later, because actually, we're not going to do that in this particular set of battles, but we should do that. Also, don't forget we got the Chaos Maelstrom, which gives Arcana to whomever. So like you can access those if you are a different class. Very, very nice. Yeah, and then Samurai's Honor allows you to access Bushido. So we're going to want to do that. However, first things first.
Again.
An Aeon?
Yeah.
If you want to be prepared before you come into this battle,
No.
equip like a Null Blaze, anything that will have
I'm ready.
fire attacks, but we're going to be absolutely fine. So don't really worry about it. Let's go ahead and start out by using a shell on everyone. Oh, actually, I wanted Pain to, it's fine. Let's go ahead and have Riku attack. I also want to use a good protect on everyone. That's why I use shell, by the way. Sword play, I want to use magic break. Ooh, except for Yuna just took a ton of damage from that. Oh, I guess except she also had an attack before then. Let's go ahead and use a mix. Bring everybody back. Hopefully she doesn't get hit. Please hit like... Okay, that's fine. I was like, literally anybody else, please. Let's go ahead and use a power break. Okay, let's go ahead and just move on. I think at this point we're probably going to be fine. I don't think there's really any other... Nah. Don't use reflect because that would make things really difficult. Let's go ahead and use an armor break too. Okay, we use Meteor Strike on Riku, that's fine. He is weak to ice, so if you've got a good Blizzaga, probably be really helpful here, but I think he's already starting to sag. Did I just see him starting to sag? Yeah, I think he was starting to sag because he's going to use his overdrive here. It's not actually his overdrive, but I mean that is what Hellfire is, so, or was. That actually didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. Wonder how much damage we'll do as a Black Mage. Can I even get to Black Mage? I can't. I'm not gonna worry about it. Though, actually, thinking of which... Oh, well, we're done. Pain also has access to swordplay abilities, and I think one of those was ice-based, so we could have used that. Didn't matter. 10 out of 10.
Another hole.
Hooray! We survived.
I don't get it.
What don't you get, Riku?
Fortunately, I know everything.
Really, Shinra?
So why were fiends coming out of the temples?
The fiends didn't come from the temples. They came from the chambers of the faith.
Okay.
Right, exactly. But why?
You gonna tell us?
I'm just a kid.
And he ran away, of course.
The holes in the chambers of the faith. Were they there before?
No.
So the holes must be new, right?
There was one in Bavel too. A great hole.
But that one was made by Vecnagon, wasn't it?
That's true, but they're connected somehow.
The holes are connected?
Yes, but it's more than just that. Somehow I think there are deeper connections.
Oh, that is deep, Yuna.
Distress call from Jose Temple.
Jose, is it Gibble?
Looks like they got into some trouble trying to clear out the fiends.
Right, here's the order. Gullwings, forget it. Let Gibble save himself.
What?
You.
Guess I eat an egg.
Well, Yuna?
Well, we'll just have to charge him a little extra then. Gullwings, let's go!
Can't we give him a discount?
I have questions. Yeah, so we've got to head to Jose next, but for right now, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna put. Why is there a watcher in this place? I don't get why Donna has to be stubborn in front of other people. Ego. That hole, where could it lead? What is no? Can I like examine the? That machine is still, or I'm sorry, that Machina is still in development. It's a flying comm sphere, but it hasn't gone through QA yet. Ah. Well, what is it doing? Other than making a lot of noise. Anyway, so we're basically done there. We need to head back to Besaid and Kilika to do the PR stuff. So we're going to do that. Additionally, we need to get, we want to get this guy up to level, like another 3 levels or 2 levels, 3. And then we have one more upgrade for this guy. And then we'll be able to do one more creature after that, but we want to hold on to those creatures until into chapter 5. So buckle up for that. I will see you guys next time.